Welcome to the Heart of a Viking. These art lessons are taught by Mrs. Minto from the Cape Henlopen School District in Delaware. I hope you have fun, create imaginative works of art, and make sure you share them with someone because, after all, the visual arts are meant to be seen. All right, fourth graders, let's start with a piece of paper that is 1/4 of a regular piece of paper, which means it's about 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Just make a small piece of paper. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. So we're going to start by drawing our self-portrait and making the head first. Of course, we're going to use an oval shape for the head. That would be perfect. And then we're going to make some lines across this face. Now, these lines will need to be erased, so don't press very hard. Press very lightly. The first line is going to be down the center. The second line will be across the center. Then I'm going to divide the top half in half and the bottom half in half with a third and a fourth horizontal line. Now I'm going to draw the neck. When I start drawing my neck, I always start about halfway up the face, trace the edge of the face, and then add the neck below that. Then I'm going to draw the shoulders that sort of bump off to the sides and sort of head down. Okay, so now I'm going to start by drawing the eyes. The eyes go on this middle line, and one goes on the left, and of course one on the right. I want to try and make my eyes about the same as each other, and then once I've drawn the outside shape of the eyes, I'm going to draw the iris and the pupil. After that, I'm going to add the top eyelid. Usually when I'm working on a piece of artwork this small, I will exclude the bottom eyelid. However, you can definitely add it if you want to. Okay, up next is the nose. The nose goes right between the eyes, and it goes almost on that other line that's separating the bottom half in half. Now, the nose is a tricky shape. Whenever I'm drawing my nose, I think about a letter W that's really shallow and curvy, and it also has the two curves on the end. And don't forget, the bridge of the nose goes all the way up to the eye line. Okay, and now for the mouth. The mouth goes right below the line, and I'm drawing the right half of the mouth and then the left half of the mouth. And then, of course, the bottom edge of the mouth. And then finally, one line through the center to separate the top lip from the bottom lip. Okay, and now moving on to the ears. Believe it or not, the ears go all the way from the eye line down to the line that's separating the bottom half in half. Yes, in real life, your ears are that long too. Straight across from your pupils is the top of your ear, and straight across from the bottom of your nose is the bottom of your ear. Then I'm going to start adding some of the details that I excluded in the beginning, which are things like eyebrows, eyelashes, or any little markings on the face that you also want to add. Remember, it's a self-portrait, so it's a picture of you. Okay, up next is the hair. This line that we put at the top is actually your hairline. It's where your hair starts to grow from your forehead. So most of us have hair that's right up to that line. I do, so I'm going to draw a line straight across the forehead and down to my shoulders. And then I'm going to go to the top of the head and do the same thing down to the shoulders. My hair is about shoulder length, so I'm going to make it just like that in my picture too. Then I'm going to take the other side and put it right the same way. And then finally, any details that make you different from anyone else visually. I wear glasses, so I'm going to add some glasses. If you do too, add them as well. If you have a special mark on your face, like maybe a little scar or a little beauty mark or a mole, you can add those. If you always wear earrings, add those. If you always wear a necklace, add that. How about clips or bows in your hair? Absolutely add those. Anything that makes you special and different and recognizable visually, you should add all of that now too. And then finally, using something like a really thin black Sharpie or possibly a black ink pen, I'm going to trace everything except for those first straight lines that I made on my face. Please do not trace any of those lines that we used to help guide where we drew things, like the eye line, the nose line, the line above the lips, and the line for the hairline. Everything else is going to get traced. And then finally, the last thing I like to do anytime I trace with Sharpie is grab my pink eraser and gently erase across the surface so that I get rid of all of those extra pencil lines that I did not need. Okay, fourth grade artists, so your first self-portrait is complete. What you need now is 3 more identical copies. So you have a couple of choices. If you have access to a copy machine, you absolutely can just put it through the copy machine and make 3 more copies. That's what I do whenever we're at school. However, if you're at home and you don't have a copy machine or a printer that can make copies, you could simply take a blank sheet of paper, place it on top of the drawing that you already just completed, and trace yourself a second copy. Then put another blank piece on and trace another copy, and then put a blank piece on and trace your third copy, so that in the end you have 4 exact copies of your original drawing. Perfect. One last little tip. If you're having trouble seeing through the blank piece of paper, you can tape them up to a window during a sunny day, and the sunlight from outside will shine through your piece of paper and allow you to be able to trace a little bit better. So good luck, and save these 3 copies for next week's lesson, and I'll see you back here next time at the Heart of a Viking.